1923 Season 2, Episode 4 bring about more shocking revelations regarding the Dutton family's history, and a number of pieces appear to be ready to come together. The impacts of an extremely severe winter have been felt by the whole Season 2 cast of 1923. For instance, Elizabeth was bitten by a rabid wolf. Alexandra, Julia Schlepfer, was robbed by a thief and almost missed her train. And Zane Davis, Brian Garrity, discovered he required brain surgery. Episode 4's bright highlights were greatly needed because 1923 Season 2 has been so dark and gloomy thus far. Even if Episode 4 of 1923 Season 2 was more optimistic than its predecessors, it still contained some bleak moments. Alexandra's mugging was visceral, Zane's surgery was stomach-turning, and Donald Whitfield, Timothy Dalton, carried on with his most contentious plot. But Zane's surgery went well. Elizabeth also revealed she was pregnant, and Tiana Rainwater, Amina Neves, and her gang enjoyed some time with the cowboys. Episode 4 of 1923 Season 2 covered a lot of ground, and it's worth reviewing. Zane Davis learned he needed brain surgery to remove blood from inside his skull in 1923 Season 2, Episode 3, and he had to do it without anesthetic. Thankfully, Zane's brain surgery went really well, and despite the horrific and agonizing procedure, he should fully recover. Zane appears to be recovering surprisingly quickly. He was walking and talking normally just seconds after the bandage was applied to the gaping wound in his skull. It appears that Zane's potentially fatal injury has disappeared as swiftly as it appeared. Another piece of excellent news reached the Duttons shortly after Zane's incredible recovery. After receiving her rabies vaccination, Elizabeth, Michelle Randolph, found out she was expecting Jack's, Darren Mann, child. That information instantly lifted Elizabeth's spirits, and it might even be sufficient to persuade her to remain despite all of the difficulties she's faced with the Yellowstone Ranch and winter. In one amusing instance, Jacob believed that his conversation with Elizabeth had made her and Jack puppies, but Kara, Helen Mirren, brought him back to reality. A significant question surrounding Yellowstone that has been looming over 1923 for a while may also be resolved by Elizabeth's pregnancy. We still don't know if Kevin Costner's John III in Yellowstone is descended from Jack or Spencer, and his father, John Dutton II, hasn't been born yet. However, Elizabeth's child would be John II at the appropriate age and generation. However, the Dutton family curse would not make sense for the child of Spencer and Alexandra, Julia Schlepfer, who would be one generation older. Their last remaining obstacle is to prevent another miscarriage similar to the one they experienced in Season 1 of 1923. In 1923, Season 2, Episode 4, Banner Creighton's narrative received some attention as well, although it left more questions than answers. Creighton appeared to be mostly on board with Whitfield's persistent effort to overthrow the Duttons and seize the Yellowstone. Ellie, played by Sarah Randall Hunt, Banner's wife, even pushed him to work with Whitfield and provide a decent life for their family. Ellie's support and the prospect of unimaginable wealth might be sufficient to keep Creighton with Whitfield. In 1923, Season 2, Episode 4, Spencer faced two more significant obstacles on his apparently never-ending journey to Montana. The first occurred when Spencer was made to deliver the whiskey that had been stolen by the cops who had shot Luca, Andy Dispenza. In essence, the police were only using Spencer to identify the whiskey's purchasers, and they always planned to deceive him. That's why Spencer had to escape on a passing train, and why one police shackled him to the truck's wheel. His second task was the train travel for Spencer. Spencer boarded the train, but it was full of homeless people who insisted that he pay a train tax for the ride. The homeless people used the train tax as a means of intimidating Spencer because they wanted to take his good possessions in order to profit from them. Spencer, who has never been willing to play ball, shot two of them and knocked the female out, which is unfortunate for them. Spencer is also evading the law at the moment. In addition to being wanted for the murder of the two homeless individuals on the train, he is also wanted for bootlegging by the same police officers who attempted to deceive him. It appears that 1923 Season 2 is arranging a meeting between Spencer and Tiana because they are both on the run and in the same vicinity. When Fawcett, Marshall Kent, Jamie McShane, and Father Renault, Sebastian Roche, discover them, they might even band together. In any case, Tiana might get to meet her first Dutton in Season 2 of 1923. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.